going on, chat? If you tuned in, please make sure y'all tap that like button, comment, share, subscribe, so we can get the message across. Meaning that this violence that we seeing, it's not cool, and we got to do something different, man. Let me go with this. Yeah, like I was saying, man, make sure y'all subscribe, comment, to engage, so that you can be informed, what's going on with my page. Hit that notification bell so you can stay in the loop as well. Because I do pop ups, I'll be on at all different times. And I just want y'all to be able to get my point across as well, so we can hit those special milestones. Because we got this momentum that we starting to roll with, and, starting to pick up day in and day out. This is the role we got to play now. This is how, we got to stay positive. We got to stay motivated. We got to stay down and stick to the algorithm. Because that's the new game now. That's where everybody is trying to be famous. Everybody wants the clicks, the likes. Come on, let's not play this game and act like we don't see women, men embarrassing themselves and doing any and everything that they never would have did before. But now, because we have this technology, cameras all on us everywhere we are, we want to be seen. We want to be able to pick apart and have the stamina to see if we got the heart to fight, to break through, because we know that we celebrities and we want to be famous and in the spotlight. We want our 15 minutes, and it's like you could get it, but they'll take it. So are you going to be able to control it? Are you going to be able to manipulate it and keep rolling and keep recreating and be able to have your brain thinking about what you're going to say before you even know it? This is what's going on, man. Let's be real. People are not taking the time out to even think anymore. They're just getting on there, doing and saying anything so they could get the clicks, the likes, the views. But it's not really a good move, because now the kids are starting to act in ways that are mimicking what is not really reality, but it is because they seeing it on social media, and now they just trying to get a little taste and a little piece of the pie. Like these ideologies, we got to stop idolizing and worshiping celebrities, because what it's doing is taking our focus from the children. That's why they keep getting hurt, because we putting them in predicaments instead of saying, "Hey, I know we want to celebrate. I know we want to go out. I know we want to have fun and get a taste of this food or whatever. But sometimes it ain't worth it, man. We got to think about the little ones, and we got to say, you know what? We'd rather just stay inside where we safe at than put ourselves in danger." It was quiet in New York. You seen the headlines, you seen the stories. It wasn't nothing going on. But as soon as night struck, 10:30, all hell broke loose. People getting shot up, kids, barbecues, toys all on the floor. I mean, it just went ham. And then even a police officer who went out there undercover to try to get information on what happened, because there's no suspect, there's no gunman, there's no arrest at this time. So he probably went out there to do his day job and try to figure out, what was happening. And now he getting shot. A teenager just pulling out a gun on him. Like, man, we gotta stop, bro. We going in the wrong direction. And any grown men who sitting there keep leading and trying to be a a wolf in sheep's clothing and doing all of these egregious things that we seeing and we noticing. It's like this ain't real men, this ain't real character, this ain't real integrity and substance. This is just a disaster, a ticking time bomb waiting to happen, time and time again, after and after. When will it stop? When will people stop pretending and say, you know what, we got a serious problem, a serious predicament that we in, and you know what? We don't want to keep adding on to it because we don't know where we'll be in the next 5 or 10 years. I appreciate that. Thank you for that subscribe. Please hit that like button, so I can share the information with y'all. But it's like, these things keep going. They keep running and causing collisions and clashes in the community. Like it's something that older guys and people who grown up and who see and realize that we didn't lead and we wasn't led right, that we're not going to keep allowing those same things to take place before we try to put that discourse in and try to say, hey, we got to find a way to guide these young brothers up out of these streets, man, before they keep throwing their life away or ending up in prison like Tax Stone and Casanova and all these dudes, when they should be grown men and saying, yo, don't come in here with me, man. Leave this street stuff alone, bro. But you see they all happy and all smiling and all trying to be selling their soul so they can land that plane, and they wilding and, they just want to feel like they in these lanes, they putting all of this time in prison when they need to be in the community doing the right things instead of putting these drugs and worrying about this money and, trying to cause more trouble and trauma that we done already seen unfold and unleash on the people. Like, it's getting old, man. We got to grow up. We got to call the evil out for what it is, you know what I'm saying? And conquer it with Jesus. You got to have love in your heart. You got to be able to give and be able to set yourself apart from the ones that want to just try to outlive and try to, make you feel like you not enough. When all you got to be is yourself, man. Use that inner kid, use that inner voice and intuition to help you, because the drugs and the drinking and everything else is starting to take your health down and make you unaware of what you're doing now, because you keeping the cycle going. You promoting the violence and all of the detrimental lifestyles that we see our youth jumping into. How? Because you're not doing nothing to stop it. So if you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Huh? If you're not doing nothing to stop it, even if you just out the way, you still part of the problem, because you're not playing a part and trying to say which way is the right way to go, with God and with everything that we know in life, instead of just keeping this thing, this evil alive out here, man. We gotta kill it, man. One way or another, we got to. Like, I know you feel it, I know you see it, I know you hear it, and we gotta start treating each other better, because it's apparent that obviously we haven't. If this is what the kids are following and they just attacking even each other and themselves and their mothers, you know, like, we gotta grab this, man. We gotta grab the ball, because we let the last generation fumble it off, and now we just follow in their footsteps and say, hey, F it, only certain ones is gonna be able to make it. But of course we know that's not the premise. We shouldn't have bad faith. We should be able to lead and live this lifestyle, and be letting, saying good riddance, letting the shooting and the violence let its way out, instead of putting ourselves in harm's way in the fire now. And now we gotta say, well, how we gonna get out? We gotta save our souls, save these kids, man, from burning in eternity. From being dug up in that hole. People want to kill you just because of you believe what you believe, but it ain't no right way. Obviously, because they let these kids do whatever they want to do, and then they want to make us feel like we need to find, God, Jesus, and get that Holy Spirit back into the community, man. So that's what it's about now, man. We got to keep taking and making the right decisions and putting ourselves in the places that we know ain't gonna end us up in prison, man. Because that's what we keep getting. We keep landing some way, somehow, one way or another, and we don't understand it, and we just like, yo, can we talk about it? We getting famished, we starving out here, you know what I'm saying? We angry because of the damage, but it's like it's not gonna heal itself. We gotta really understand this for what it is, and we gotta curb those elements, you know what I'm saying? For where we felt and for where we come from. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody else gonna protect us but us. That's just what it is. But we can't be on the hush. We can't be on the. We don't see nothing or acting like we don't want this thing to change because that's what's going on, man. We getting stuck in our ways, and it's hurting us long term more than it's letting us be and do what we gotta do. So we see what they saying. We see the evil for what it is. And for how they using it to mold these kids and molest and do pedophiles and raping and all of that type of sucker stuff. That should be the stuff that we should, be on the alert for. Not no snitch or no Gucci man or no Rallo. It's like we let the pedophiles and the rapists get over because we're too worried about the snitches and the gays and stuff. And it's like, no, we need to worry about who touching these babies. You know, then we can move forward as a community, because we got the kids straight. We got them living great and doing better. But they in a mind state of destruction because they've been getting touched on. Ain't nobody trying to lead them to do nothing positive. So this is what they come from. This is what they coming for. Now they letting them demonic spirits that they've been holding in because they was weak all of them years they've been taking advantage of. And then you wonder why we seeing all of this damage being done and people crying out because y'all letting them get to them young instead of stopping and saying, hey, we done had enough, man. We're not gonna keep letting y'all penetrate our babies and keep being able to, do this evil stuff to them. We don't want to see it because we see where it's coming from a place of anger and hate. It's just driving the community worse and worse. Every day we keep seeing the same. It's not worth it, man. This pain, we gotta let it go. We gotta be able to bring examples, you know what I'm saying, and maintain our candle, man, because we not handling it the way we supposed to, the way that we seen the OGs and everybody do. We trying to compete, and it's like, nah, it's not a competition. You know what I'm saying? Pull up a seat at the table. Listen, we're gonna eat, but ain't nobody gonna be bigger than the program. We got to be able to divide and be able to uplift amongst ourselves so that we could help these kids, man, and get these gifts. You know what I'm saying? And feed the community because ain't nobody else gonna do it the way that we need to. We know that and we see that. So we're moving in a different direction, man. We're doing what's best as a unit, as a whole. Thank you guys. I appreciate those likes. This is what helps us to continue to grow and get the message out. Keep us in the algorithms, man. Keep us close. Keep us in your hearts. Make sure you pray, please. So we can stay we need to be at, for real, because it seems like we getting kidnapped, black people is going missing, ending up hanging, all type of stuff that we see in this life. We can't keep making the same mistakes. We gotta get our game on, man. Get in the race for real.
That same individual was captured on CCTV video 5 minutes prior at 1 block north with a firearm in his hand. Given the lack of body-worn camera in this incident, the circumstances of the approach are still unclear. But that same individual was captured on CCTV video 5 minutes prior at 1 block north with a firearm in his hand. Every American, a terrifying night. An NYPD officer was struck by gunfire. I'm relieved that the officer, Detective Robert Carroll, was wearing a bulletproof vest and was not seriously injured as a result of it. Detective Carroll serves as part, as you've heard earlier today, an NYPD officer was struck by gunfire. I'm relieved that the officer, Detective Robert Carroll, was wearing a bulletproof vest and was not seriously injured as a result of it. Detective Carroll serves as part, As you've heard earlier today, it was crazy, and also with the July. It was crazy, and also with the July. Imagine a person who wakes up and says, "I did not sleep well. I did not see results from yesterday's workout. It's raining outside and it's cold." The FBI is now investigating after. Hey everyone, Jasmine Minor. A warning tonight if you're heading to the water. Right? But I have a right to record in public. She's engaging with me. See, they finally a woman with some sense. You just trying to cause an issue for no reason. I got every right to go. Excuse me, you threatening me? Okay, that's fine, but why are they threatening me? Why are they threatening me? I didn't threaten nobody. That's fine, but I didn't threaten nobody. Hi there, Sam and Kurt. Yeah, suspected sex trafficking ring. And the seeing our arrest numbers come up. We're seeing our deportation numbers continue to increase in Georgia. Nothing matters but what we have to do today. I'm just most against Buffalo. They said, I'm confused. Yeah, I'm leaving. That's what I'm saying. So what you mean you can't make me? Well, actually, I work to see some Beach College. Just in case you guys want to just clean up real fast, come see Kate. I'm a local news reporter in Ohio, and this is 200s of 300. Okay, they got me fucked up. Check it out, Mark. Check it out. Check it out. Good question, man. So, I don't know if you heard Florida, right? White man gunned down, parking lot. You heard about it? New Jersey veteran. So, what's going on, right? Hello. How you doing today? God bless you, good sister. Mind if I ask you a question? No purpose at all today. Yes. All right, no problem. Excuse me, ma'am. Quick question, right? Excuse me. You mind if I ask you a question? Yo, what's going on? So, we had to get up into the meeting, man. Part two, what's going on, boss, man? So, we trying to figure out, do Black lives still matter? Yeah. Because, the internet is divided. We seeing there's two types of black people right now. It's Gucci Man and Blue Shiesty. What kind of life? I'm an old person, man. There are a lot of people who are saying it's just a song. Well, that's what you think. Enjoy it. But what I know is that music has power. But of course, I have used that power to help some people, and I have traveled. That's 20 minutes. Chicago police are now confirming that a man and a woman are dead as a result of this shooting, and another man and woman are in critical condition. This retired Army veteran was fatally shot on Tuesday. I scrolled down a little bit. Wait, what? Wait. Brother of take care of the kids. Thank you so much.